On this week's show, Matt Godfrey's not allowed to go fishing.
Went fishing? Who isn't fishing?
Oh, Matt Godfrey's not fishing today.
Oh my God, he must be devoured, Mark. Devoured.
Andy Oldham and Chris Greenside send a wave down Roses.
That'd be brilliant. They're waving at us, look. Hello, boys.
And Mark goes to the fish shop.
Hello, and welcome to the Kiveton Waters YouTube channel. We're mobile tonight, Shane.
Yes, we are, Mark. I'm currently based in Milton Keynes, having a can of Carp and Dave's favourite iron brew.
For those that don't know, Carbon Dave is our Scottish carbon expert who works for Guru. You just call him Carbon Dave, don't you? Because anything to do with carbon, we ask Carbon Dave.
Yeah, he's a brilliant bloke.
We both fished on Saturday, Shane.
Yes, we did. We were very lucky, unlike Matt.
Unlike Mr. Godfrey, who, it was quite funny, the little clip from the start of this video that I will have inserted. We sent Mr. Godfrey multiple videos of the fact that we were all fishing and he was on family duties.
Yes, absolutely.
But what I can say is out of 52 weekends of the year, that's probably the only day where I've been fishing and he hasn't. So
yeah, true story. True story.
So we give him all that abuse, but it's only going to happen that once.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's fished quite well this week, Shane. We're doing this video a little bit earlier, so we haven't got a full set of results for you. So next week's video will have a few extra matches on. But basically, I just haven't got time to do it on Friday because, excitingly, I'm netting some more fish out of one of our stock ponds to go in Polly's Lake.
Going to be some like that.
So I'm away netting fish all day, so there'll be no time to record a video. You're working away. I thought we don't want to miss an update. Let's jump on a video recording.
Yeah.
Two old dinosaurs like us embracing modern technology and having a virtual meeting.
It has took 2 hours to get it together, though.
Hey ho, there we go. So we're going to start with Saturday's Silverfish Open because we were both fishing that one, as I said.
Yes.
And you gave us a little rundown of your start to the match and rigs and all that lot. So we're going to cut to that bit now and cut to you on the bank. You're going to run me through your match, Shane?
Yeah, I'll run you through my match, Mark, and then obviously you'll do it better and beat me. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off just into that shadow line on Waggler. And I'm fishing two pole lines, one right on edge at blue rope and one in front, slightly in front of me. One's going to be a negative line and other I'm going to fill it in and hopefully get some bream.
Right.
So that's my match, dead simple, two rigs, two lines.
Two rigs and a wiggly waggler?
Yeah, so there's got...
What size waggler? I always get asked, what size waggler? Because it is a thing, isn't it? There is a perfect size waggler for these venues.
Yeah.
And
there's perfect floats and all. So
yeah.
Basically, 1/2 gram skimmer wire.
Yep.
Blacked off.
Beautiful.
Dead simple shotting rig, shotting pattern, should I say.
I like the old tapered bulk. Oh, let me just get there, look. Look at that.
That's
beautiful.
A positive rig. Yeah. And then
what's rig number 2?
And if we're scratching a bit, this is a lighter rig on 011, that's on 013.
Oh, can I see your float?
That's good at float. We've got a bit of Tipex on it there because it was a bit wet.
What's that? Is it a 0.35 slim maggot, is it?
Yeah, blacked off, bristle.
Beautiful.
Beautiful floats.
And let's have a look at your shotting on this.
And that is to...
From your hook.
Follow it. Can you see it in
if you hold that there, just hold that there for me. Oh, it's a proper strung out but slowly tapered, getting a bit closer together up to the top, yeah?
Yeah, about bottom third at rig.
Beautiful.
That's just searching for a bite. If it goes solid, which I expect it to do, then we'll be on bolt rig.
Be on bolt rig. What
Same depth.
Can I look at your waggler? What size waggler?
So I've changed this morning.
Have you put a lighter one on?
Yeah, slightly lighter waggler on.
Because there's just no wind, is there, up
and
this
I'm making range as well. So this is a 2.5 Visi Wag 5. And that's set to fish well over depth.
So would you say the lightest float free is probably 2.5 gram a waggler and the heaviest is probably 3.5?
I'd say 2 would be your lightest, depending where you are, because what I do is I'll drop down to a 2
Oh,
gram.
if you're in bowl, it's not as big a cast, is
Yeah,
it?
or if you're down here,
If you're on eaves on these
by
pegs.
fishing a 2 gram loaded waggler, it'll stop you casting off at pallet.
Yeah.
So at your maximum cast with a 13-foot rod, you're on limited line.
If you wanted to buy an handful of wagglers for you,
yeah, 2 to 3.5, it'll cover everything.
yeah. I'm lazy. I've got 1 3.5 gram waggler,
Take it or leave it.
and I just try and cast it a bit gentler. If it's a bit heavy.
Well, you're all right when you're good at casting, but if you're not, if you drop the waggler strength,
No, you're right.
Weight down.
I think force, 3 grams probably optimum.
Yeah, I ain't gonna heavier than
bulk
3
of it.
gram. Even if I could probably hit the far bank with 3.5.
Yeah. Lovely. Have a nice day. I'm going to go and riddle my ground bait.
Okay, I'll make some. Thank you.
So that was your approach to the match, Shane. From memory, you've got a 0.5 gram skimmer hollow, a 0.35 slim maggot.
Yeah.
And I keep telling everyone, I'll stand by this. I went back to my box and did a little intro to how we're going to start my match, which I'll insert in a second. But I've got exactly the same rig set up. I think it is. You do need a few like different for extremes, but any normal day from flat calm to a moderate wind, them 2 rigs will do you, won't they, at Kiveton?
Yeah, all I seem to do is I've got them skimmer wires up to 1 gram, but all I do is I change the hooks, hook lengths and main lines depending on conditions. So if it's gin clear, everything gets lighter. And when it's a little bit warmer and full of colour, everything gets heavier. That's the basic approach. The feeding changes, of course, but those rigs, to be honest with you, if you're using above 0.5 gram, then you obviously through wind and tow and stuff, your day's going to be different anyway. Your catch rate is always at its optimum when those rigs are bang right.
Yeah. So anyone coming to fish silverfish matches at Kiveton, I think you can base everything around a couple of rigs and maybe just have one heavier one for extreme conditions, and that's about it, isn't it? But them 2 floats are fantastic.
Brilliant floats, yeah, brilliant. Dotted down, basically a pimple on water, slim maggot, and stable as anything. Fantastic floats.
I mean, Guru have been in the float business for a few years now. But I think this new range of silverfish floats, they have absolutely nailed it for me with them couple of designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll jump on my box quickly and we'll have a look what I were doing. Seeing as Mr. Crompton's talked you through his match, I thought I'd show you what I've got quickly. We've just got a few pinkies and maggots. I bought a pint of maggots for Thursday's match, and that's what's left. So I think I only used about 1/4 pint on Thursday. We've got plenty of maggots left for today. A few pinkies, some F1 dark, and 1 waggler rod. I've got 3 top kits out, but I've only put 2 rigs on. I'm using the same floats as Shane, to be honest. A skimmer hollow in 0.5 gram and a 0.35 slim maggot. And it looks bloody lovely today. I've seen a couple of little roach top. Think we're going to get some bites. Hoping for a big net of roach today and a couple of bonus skimmers. I know there's a few more skimmers down in that bowl. Andy Oldham's fishing his first silverfish match on here. He's on peg 10. I fancy Andy for a few bigger skimmers there. And Chris Greensides is on peg 8 just there. So young Harvey's on peg 12 in the bowl. I'd love Harvey to beat Andy off of the next peg. That'd be brilliant. They're waving at us, look. Hello, boys. And then with a couple of anglers in the bowl on peg 20 and 22. Let's see what happens. I'll catch you later. And we're back. Yeah, a bit briefer on my box than yours because not really complicated. A little bit of ground bait, a few maggots. I keep buying pinkies and never using them.
Yeah, not needed.
And it's strange, isn't it? Because I love like winter fishing. For me, if it's not bloodworm and joker on commercials, pinkies have been essential for me over the last 20 years. And you just don't need them.
No, you don't.
It seems to be if the fish are in your peg and feeding, a red maggot's the best bait.
Yeah, it don't get you any more fish a pinky. And to be honest with you, a really simple approach at Kiveton can actually catch you a net full of fish.
Yeah.
Dead
Well,
maggots, live maggots, ground bait. You're in.
we'll see, because I'm going to fish. This is Wednesday night we're recording. I'm fishing the Silverfish Open tomorrow, and I've got a pint of red maggots and a bag of F1 Dark. That is my bait for the. That's all I'm taking. I'll probably catch nothing, but yeah, drumming it up. If I do really well tomorrow, all I've taken to the peg, I promise you, is a pint of red maggots that I'll use half of at most, and a bag of F1 Dark. So it's lovely, simple fishing.
Yeah.
We'll jump to the result. I managed to sneak a win on that one with £14.15, and we'll talk to what that consisted of in a minute. But it was really close match, weren't it? So I had £14.15. Chris Greensides had £12 2 ounces. Andy Oldham had £11 9 ounces, and you had £11 8 ounces. So there's not a lot in that, sort of £3 to £3.5 between the top four, which is one big bream or a big bream and an 8 ounce skimmer. It's a big bonus fish and another fish, isn't it, between the sort of top three?
Yeah. I think what I said yesterday is you won that match in first 15 minutes because of what you caught in that 15 minutes. After that, the rest of the day was exactly the same.
It was close. So to rewind to what Shane's getting to on that, and this is where watercraft comes into things. If I sit down, it's gin clear water. I don't see any fish topping, and I'm just thinking it's going to be a proper struggle till the afternoon. I may start on the waggler rod. But I sat down, there was a little bit of colour in the water, not a lot, just a bit of a tinge. It was definitely more coloured than 3 days before, when the ice had first melted. And I saw 2 or 3 little blips jump in the middle, and you just get a feeling that there's maybe a few more fish willing to be active and be closer in on the pole line than 3 days earlier. So a lot of anglers around us, including yourself, started on the waggler. I started on the pole, and my first fish was a 2 ounce skimmer within 2 minutes. And second drop in, so probably 5 minutes into the match, I caught a 2.5 pound bream, which is, it's lucky and it's not lucky, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You fish for it.
Yeah, you're lucky that you've hooked that bonus fish, but you've clearly put your rig on the right line at the right time to catch it.
Yeah, exactly. With the right initial feed.
So like you say, probably 20 minutes into the match, I think I had £3 in my net because I did I caught some other fish after that bream. I was probably £3 in front after half an hour, and then I finished the match sort of £3 in front of the rest of the field.
How good it was. That's how good the match was. Is that whilst I was catching a totally different stamp of fish, there weren't a lot of roach or small fish in my peg, and I sat for the bigger fish. There were a different fishing match going off up the lake where you, Chris, and Andy Oldham were, but we've all caught more or less the same weight after your initial fish, but different nets of fish.
Yeah. So Shane was on peg 3 on Roses, which is where all the ice, there was still ice to your right, weren't there?
Yeah, there were.
That's where the thickest ice were, and it stayed the longest. And you had a lot less small fish in your peg, but caught more bream than anyone else. You had 3 bream.
Yeah.
And then where I was on peg 6, Chris Greensides was on peg 8 and Andy Oldham on peg 10. And they had a lovely day's fishing because they got a lot more bites. They got more bites than me, and I got more bites than you, weren't it? We're like the further up towards peg 3 you got, there were less bites, but more chance of a slightly bigger fish.
Yeah, I mean, they were getting more bites than I got off mosquitoes in Turkey. And I was thinking, I was getting a broken neck, but I knew that I had to try to catch what were in my peg. There's no point in me trying to catch fish that weren't there. The only way I could compete was to try and sit on different lines looking for a stamp fish. And it paid off. I said at the beginning of the match I needed 4 bream to compete. I got 3. If I'd have caught the other one, the outcome may have been different. But you've got to read your peg, like you say.
Does show you though, I think when you fish in Roses Lake, because there's them bigger bream in there, if someone up the lake's catching a small fish every drop in on a silverfish match, you don't panic because
Yeah, exactly.
out of nowhere, you can do the business, can't you? So that
Yeah.
was a really, really good match. I enjoyed
Good
that
match,
day.
yeah, good match.
I'm not just saying that because I won. If I'd won nothing, I would have enjoyed that day's
Yeah,
fishing.
it were a good match.
It was hard. It weren't a fish or chuck in my peg. It were like you'd have little runs of 3 or 4 fish and then a dodgy 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
for the full match, I always felt like the float were going to go under.
yeah.
Even if I weren't getting a bite, you thought a bite's just around the corner, and that's great fishing when it's like that.
Yeah, it were very good, very good.
So we'll move on from that one because we've spoke for ages about the silverfish fishing, and there's been some massive weights caught over the weekend.
Massive.
So we need a little chat about them. I've got no prep done, so I'm going to jump on my phone now and look on the Facebook page. For those of you that are on Facebook, I'm sure if you're watching this, you're probably already following the Kiveton Waters page. We put everything on there. So the Sunday Open, the day after the match we're talking about now, our man Brad Pitt, or Peter Gold, as his other name.
Every housewife's dream boat.
He's had a mega weight of 103 pounds 15 ounces.
Well done, Pete.
So after us waffling on for half an hour about catching tiddlers, we can talk about some proper fish now. But what I really liked about, I weren't there Sunday, you were, so I'll get your thoughts in a minute after I've gone through the results. But from someone that weren't there on the day looking at the results on paper, Pete's had 103 pound 15 ounces off peg 12 on roses. Peg 13 was in next to him, so Pete wasn't the end peg. And I always like this in winter. If fisheries are being dominated by end pegs or that kind of thing, you might get beaten at the draw almost. But Pete's not been on the end peg. He's got an angler on peg 10 and an angler on peg 13. He sat on peg 12. By all accounts, he moaned like crazy on the morning because he wanted to be the end peg. But it just shows you never know. He's had that great weight. And then Wayne Lomas on peg 21. Also, he's not an end peg, just in the middle of a load of other anglers. Wayne's had 101 pound 14 ounce. So it's basically a bream between them two, or a small carp. So very, very close. Then Phil Gladwin on peg 19, also not an end peg. Peg 18 was in. He's had 97 pound 3 ounces. So I mean, there's been in that area there's been 300 pound of fish caught between 3 of them, haven't there? Which is fantastic. And then the section weights were mega as well. Mark Hassel drew peg 2 on roses, which was the end peg, but the opposite end of the lake.
Completely opposite end.
We get this a lot on Kiveton. Someone will say, "Oh, all the fish are there," but they can't be, because the other end of the lake, Mark Hassel's had 71 pound 11 ounces.
Yeah,
which is a mega weight, and on any other day, he's probably winning the match with that, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steve Twigg won his section with 84 pound 15. Not bad in January, is it? A section win with 84 pound. And Eves fished a lot harder where you were. 21 pound won Eves, and you won your section with 19 pounds 11.
Yeah.
So yeah. Interesting match. But what I like about that as well, looking at it, the lowest section winning weight on a big match. How many were there, Shane? Were there 26?
25 or 26, yeah.
Yeah, so there's 25 anglers on, and the lowest section winning weight in January is 19 pound 11. So near enough 20 pound.
Yeah, I fished. I had one small carp, and the rest of it was silverfish.
Yeah. I think that's the important thing, isn't it? There's always, if there's 25 anglers on a match where these big carp and that count, there's always going to be, say, out of the 25 anglers, there might be 10, I'd say maximum 10 pegs where you're going to catch a lot of carp, probably 5 pegs. And if you're not on one of them, you can still have a great day's fishing like you have, catch 20 pound and win your section money.
Yeah, if you're not on carp, I mean, not every peg's ever going to be on 100 pound a carp.
You can't have 25 pegs in January all capable of catching 100 pound. You can't. And if you don't draw one of them pegs, you've got a decision to make. Do I have a nice day's fishing, or do I just sit pretending there's £100 carp in my peg and catch nothing? Yeah.
And I always think on both of them lakes, particularly, that you'll know fairly quickly if you're on carp, and if you're not, there's definitely fish in your peg to catch.
Yeah.
And especially on Sunday when you know it's part of the league setup, is you're better off putting some tilt scales than nothing.
Yeah. So that was a cracking match.
Brilliant.
Well done to Pete, I must say, because you know, Pete comes all the time, and we talk about Pete, and he won't mind me saying he is not Alan Scawthorne, is he? By any stretch of imagination.
I thought he were.
No, he's Brad Pitt, not Alan
Oh,
Scawthorne.
Brad Pitt, that's it, yeah.
But what Pete's got going for him, he's super patient and confident in what he does, and he fishes. If the match finishes at 3:30, if he's blanking at 29 minutes past 3, he's still confident he's going to catch a £15 carp. And he does more often. He always does, doesn't he?
I've weighed him in, and he'll say, I didn't have a bite till 3:10, and at 3:30 he's got £45 in there.
I mean, but some anglers, you know, they make us laugh a little bit that don't know the venue, because anyone that packs up with 2 hours to go at Kiveton don't know the venue, do they? Because
no, they're missing out.
You can't pack up with half an hour to go, can you? Because you can catch £40 in the last half an hour, and it happens all the time.
All the time, yeah, all the time.
So well done to Pete.
Yes, well done, Pete. Pete Pitt.
Where are we now? So moving on to the Tuesday Bomb and Feeder, and a big shout out to the man that's won this one, because he's also at the weekend just qualified for the Golden Rod final at Hayfield.
Yes, absolutely brilliant weekend for him.
And this is the one and only Wizard. So the Wizard won the match. And how many times have we seen this? And you called it and predicted it. The matches, there's like, with the backup weights, there was £400 of fish caught amongst 5 anglers in the bowl on Sunday. So naturally, I weren't there, but I assume Tuesday morning, everybody wanted to draw the bowl.
Absolutely.
The Wizard draws peg 6 on roses, nowhere near the bowl, just in the middle of a length of anglers. There was a lot of anglers on the match, so we weren't, you know, it were 2 together, missed 1, so we didn't have loads of room. Catches £127 8 ounces, which is a mega weight.
Fantastic.
Massive. Well done to the Wizard, man in form.
Yes, he's done very well indeed.
And for an update on this, I think a lot of these weights have come on bomb and corn by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Anyone wanting to know the tactics, a bit of bomb and corn fishing at the minute is definitely working. Who was second? Second on the match was Paul Bradshaw off peg 2 with £56 8 ounces. And third on the match was Robson Heaton from peg 20 in the bowl with £56 4 ounces.
Yeah.
So if you look at that, the top 3, for those that don't know roses, peg 20 is in the middle of the bowl, down at the far end of the fishery. So that's had £56. Peg 2's right at the opposite end of the fishery as you come on. That's had £56. And Mark Cliff, bang in the middle of the lake, has had £127. So the fish are not all in, you know, they're definitely shoaled up in areas. But I think we saw this last winter, didn't we? There's definitely at times, there's the odd fish spread everywhere and up to 3 or 4 big pockets of them dotted around.
That's right, yeah.
And then today's match we'll move on to. We're super current with this one. I must say I was over at Kiveton this morning. I had a little bit of work to do up at Harthill, so I called into Kiveton. What a rubbish, miserable day. You'd like the freezing cold. Yeah, freezing cold. That wind it like had a bit of easterly in that wind today and horrible rain. I'm meant to be doing dry January, but it's been that wet, it's a bit damp.
I am doing dry January.
These green screens and that, they're like, your beer disappears, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Invisible brew. So I did, when I were over at Kiveton this morning, I think it'll fish a little bit harder today because easterly wind coming on. That rain was ice cold. It said 6 degrees on the van when I was there this morning. It felt like 1 or 2 degrees. It was awful. But there's still been some fish caught. Rose's Peg 12 has done the business. So the Peg Pete won off on Sunday. Simon Foster, very, very good angler, has had £63 1 ounces, which seems like a rubbish weight after the previous 2 matches, doesn't it? But £63 winning a match today, fantastic weight still.
Middle of January, let's remember, everybody. It's the middle of January.
Yeah. But then, interestingly, £38 was second, Mick Smith, and Steve Robbo was third. He's won Eves with £37 14 ounces.
Brilliant.
If you look at the best weight off Eves on Sunday was £21, but it's thrown a £37 up today. Some people think Eves can't compete with Roses. We get this a lot, don't we? And then it'll win. Then it'll win a couple of matches on bounce. I just think like they seem to go in cycles, don't they? Where one can fish a bit better than the other. And I've got a feeling that the carp haven't. There's a big sunken island in the middle of Eves for them that don't know, and the carp haven't really settled around that sunken island. I think there's no big weights on Eves at the minute because the fish are spread out all over the lake.
Absolutely.
And not really feeding aggressively.
I mean, would you agree? Maybe the thing with Roses is when the water temperatures are the coldest, and the bigger fish are shoaling up, it's hard to compete with Roses because somebody will sit on that big pod or one of the big pods, whereas, like you say, in Eves, they don't really get into big pods, even though there's a lot of carp in it.
There'll be a period on Eves at some point over the next 6 to 8 weeks where they sit on that sunken island, and they'll either be on the shallow side of it on peg 6 and 7, where you're chucking into 3 feet of water, or they'll be off the back of it, like at the bottom of the shelf of the sunken island, and pegs 18, 19, 20. And if them fish sort of shoal up there, they can throw some £100 weights up in winter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they just haven't shoaled up there, have they? They're still a bit spread out all over.
I'd be more confident to attack that when the temperature rises a bit, it becomes more competitive. Like you said, they'll come up into warmer water when winter sun's out.
Yeah.
When it's really cold, Roses, they clump together in Roses, so you land on them. But as it warms up, Eves will definitely compete. A few more degrees in water.
We never know, do we? This Sunday at Kiveton, Eves could win with £120 and £40 bit best weight on Roses, and that's the beauty of it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exciting news. We keep referring to the lakes with the wrong names, even though I said I've changed them. I got a delivery today. I've got all the new peg numbers.
Oh, fantastic!
So I've no time to get them on before this weekend because I'm away doing other things. But lovely job for me on Monday is I'm going to screw all the new peg numbers to the pallets.
Right,
so
brilliant.
As of Monday, we'll call it. Eves is no longer Eves; it will be known as Oliver's. Roses will stay as Roses for the match lakes. Polly's Pond, we're calling that Polly's Pond all the time anyway, which is a top pleasure lake. And obviously, Tommy's Pond is the old stock pond. Exciting stuff.
Yes, brilliant.
I am going to put my waders on Friday and do some work, get in that lake and net a load of fish for us. So I'll put some nice footage on the next video, which we should be able to record next Friday, I think. We should have some nice fish netting footage, and you'll get to see what's going in the pleasure lake.
Well, let me just remind you about next Friday.
Go on. Oh,
Bartle.
I've forgotten. Yeah, next Friday, we won't be recording a thing. We'll have to do something maybe Thursday night instead. It's sold out, by the way. It's the Guru Feeder Cup at Harthill. Yeah. I will be up there all day, getting some lovely footage and stuff. Hopefully, lots of rods getting bent in half by angry Harthill carp.
Yes. And I'm on that as well. Hopefully my rod's getting bent.
Here's one for you as well. Tickets have gone on sale this evening for the Guru Commercial Masters.
Oh, fantastic.
That's an event you fished a few qualifiers on, not last summer, the summer before, I think.
Yeah, when I first got back into fishing, I dropped on a couple. I just missed out on qualifying, actually, on last one by a fish that I lost, but that's fishing. And I couldn't really do it last year because I was on holiday for final, but I'll certainly be buying some tickets this year.
For everyone that likes fishing Kiveton waters and fancies a pop at this, just please bear in mind we've only got 3 qualifiers at Kiveton waters. I think tickets are going to be really popular. I had a look. We sold 50 tickets for the event in the first 40 minutes. I run a quick report at 20 to 7. Yeah, which is mega. If you considered like the first qualifier isn't for 5 months.
Yeah.
And we've sold 50 tickets already. Guaranteed 10 grand for the winner. The venues are great for qualifying. The qualifying venues dotted around the country. We've got Alders Farm, obviously Kiveton and Aston, Puddle Dock Farm, which is North East London, Tunnel Barn Farm over in Birmingham Way.
Yeah.
Partridge at Manchester. Alders Farm, Milton Keynes, near where you are now.
Yeah, we are now, yeah.
Rookery Waters as well. Yeah, a new one for us. There's one at Rookery. 16 qualifiers. 2 anglers go through from each qualifier. What I really like, what we've done this year, probably got it wrong last year in that we had 72 anglers in the final, which is a very big final, which it had a great feel on the day. I wanted to create this like big festival vibe feel for the final. Loads of anglers there, 2 days fishing. And it did have that buzz with that many anglers on. But it's tough being in a big money final with 72 anglers. Yeah, it's hard to cover it with the media. It's hard to guarantee everyone's on a good peg on that day. But what we've done this year is we're only going to have 16 anglers at each venue. So at Kiveton for the final, there's going to be 8 anglers on roses, which is ridiculous, isn't it? You imagine you're fishing an 8-pegger all spread around the roses in September. The fishing's going to be fantastic. Absolutely. And obviously there'll be a section of 8 anglers on Oliver's Lake.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Oliver's Lake.
I'm waiting.
You were going to trip me up then, weren't you?
Oh,
Which the fishing... from a fishery management, a personal point of view, I want the final for this event to really show off and showcase the venue. And you can't give it a better chance than that. The fishing should be amazing. If I was fishing a qualifier for this, I'd be thinking, I want to get in the final because I know I'm going to have a fantastic day's fishing. At Aston, we're only using Butts Lake, which I believe has got 46 or 48 pegs on it. And there's going to be 16 anglers on there.
Yeah, loads of room.
Alex normally puts, even giving everyone a load of room, 30 anglers is fine on there with a load of room. So 16 anglers spread around Butts Lake, it should be really interesting final. So get your tickets. Like I said, if you'd like fishing Kiveton waters and you want to fish a qualifier there, I wouldn't want any of the local boys to miss out by not getting a ticket in time.
Yeah.
There is an early bird price as well. If you buy your tickets before the 1st of April, the 40 quid. After the 1st of April, the 50 quid. If you want to buy a couple of tickets for qualifiers, you can save yourself a few quid there. So don't be an April fool, Shane.
Yeah, no, better get my purse out.
Right, that's it. You're going to do some work and we'll catch you all on the next one.